Hi, my name is Jenny Vanlue, and I am a graduate student at Grand Canyon University in the Masters of School Counseling program. I'm going to be discussing with you today the importance of professional dispositions and how they are indicative of successful school counselors. So the first question that I'm going to address today is what qualities, behaviors, and values are indicative of a good school counselor? The first few things that come to mind is I think that school counselors need to be approachable. I think that they need to be good listeners before people that are going to give advice. I think they need to be non-judgmental. I think it needs to be a place where everybody feels that they can come without being judged. And I think that there needs to be a genuine sense that they care about the people that they're working with. I think that it's really easy to tell when people are there for a job as opposed to actually truly caring about people's success. So I think that those would be the four main things that I think are critical. The second question is, what dispositions do you possess that will make you a successful school counselor? So of the 10, I picked 5 that I think that I already possess just kind of naturally. The first one that I chose is high expectations. I've always had really high expectations for myself and the people around me. I played sports my whole life. I played sports in college. I've always been a really great student. And I think that if you're going to do something, you need to do it right. So that's kind of a standard that I've always held myself to. And that's a standard that I hope to continue in this profession. The second disposition that I chose is respect for diversity. I chose this because my current profession is in the medical field. I actually work for a hospice, and understanding people's cultures and socioeconomic status is absolutely critical to being able to interact with people, because everybody has such a different lens on the world, and I feel that if you don't understand where they're coming from, it's going to be impossible to help them. So I think respect and understanding of diversity is something that I've learned over the years and something I really value. Curiosity. I think that it is critical that we always want to grow. I don't think that any of us can consider ourselves professionals if we're not continuing to grow. I think that there's always new things coming out. I think that we can always learn how to do things better or maybe different. So I think that we always kind of have to have that part of us that's wanting to do things better. The next one that I chose is compassion. I'm a very compassionate person. I'm Italian. When I love something, I love it deeply, and I've been passionate about every profession that I take in, and I'm really excited for the opportunity to help students. I went through childhood trauma, lost my dad at a very young age, and I'm excited to be able to help support students as they navigate different things that this crazy world gives them. The fifth one that I chose is advocacy. I am a huge fighter for the underdog. I keep going back to my current profession because I've been there for about 10 years, but currently I work with people in hospice and I help advocate for what's important to them. I love being people's voice when they don't feel strong enough to speak for themselves, and I really hope to continue that in my role as a school counselor. The third question, how do the dispositions demonstrate your ability to understand other cultures, genders, learning differences, and building strong relationships with students and families? So there's, of the 10 dispositions, I believe that they are very comprehensive. They embody emotional needs, psychological needs, respect for diversity, being approachable. They're very collaborative, and I feel like if people can possess those dispositions, I feel like it's only natural that you're going to gravitate people towards you. What dispositions do you need to work on before you enter your first year as a school counselor? So some of the things that I feel like I probably need to work on the most, I choose respect for diversity again because I feel like depending on what school I am placed in, there's always so many subcultures within a culture. So understanding the culture that I'm working with and understanding what's important to them, their religion, their values, those types of things will only enable me to be more successful. And then the other one is fairness. I struggle with fairness because I always wonder, is it fair to give everybody 2 pies, or is it fair to give people what they can eat to be full? So just kind of understanding where fairness lies in education, I think is going to be something that I'm going to need to work on. How do you anticipate using feedback from your annual performance evaluations, observations, and data to adjust your dispositions and teaching practices? I think being able to accept professional feedback is absolutely critical. I think that we need to be not defensive. I think that we need to be appreciative of somebody else's perspective on your work. I think that we can always continue to grow. And I hope that I'll continue to be confident in who I am and what I'm doing to be able to accept that constructive criticism to only become a better school counselor. Thanks.